Over 26.
This is
the Baga Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26.
welcome back to
The mics are cool.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.
Anyway, what up? My name is Chaxi, the mastermind,
Shandika,
your
Luya
main
hit.
guy, the Lord Chaxi, the brew from Mara is around.
What up?
Toxic Saddam is around. The amazing Master is around. The whole gang is around. Episode 255. We are
Mic Check
And the girls that saying Eric MUTISO is in the building. We've officially been streaming for 22 hours and in 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And
So-
how many seconds?
We have seconds I know you can count. So we have an hour 37 minutes to go, man. Congrats to everybody, man. Oh
done,
my
man.
goodness. We made history, bro. This is crazy, bro.
That's legendary, eh?
Right?
First of its kind ever, eh?
Yes.
I'm telling
Wow.
you.
Hold up. Ojizo, his mic in a block sura. Can we get it down
Can
to
you
the
get it lower?
Just slightly, yeah. Just slightly.
There we are.
Perfect.
There we are.
Yes, first one of its kind. This has been intense, but
Yo.
Tiring, eh?
yeah, very
Yo.
tiring.
You guys still look energized, though.
Here we are.
Few pick me ups here.
Not,
Yeah,
not, no, Meadara, just
What is a
water.
pick me
That's-
up?
Just water. No,
Hydration.
Meadara.
Do you really want to know?
Water, a bunch of games in
And good
between.
vibes.
Electrolyte.
People
Yeah.
like Saddam
Small.
here.
Small.
Some coke. The liquid one, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how are you, man?
I'm good, man. Came straight from work.
Yeah.
Barely made it, but made it all the same. So happy to
Karibu
be
sana.
here.
Bless
What
you.
happened?
We had a small tech. I was in Malindi. I was supposed to come back and then go to Diani. In Malindi, we had an issue with the aircraft, so some engineers had to come, sort it out. Took about 4 hours. Barely made it. Like I got home, showered, came straight here.
Bless you.
Happy to be here, man.
Yeah.
Karibu
We're
sana,
happy to
karibu
have
sana.
you.
Thank you for Fungia Pod, bro. How's podding for you, man? So far.
It's been amazing, man.
Yeah.
Balancing the whole career thing, having a podcast, watching it grow, trying to get guests. You guys know the grind, man.
Yeah.
Being stood up 10 times and then the 11th time they come. But watching the growth has been amazing. Yeah.
We got stood up even on the live stream.
Imagine.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro.
I was like, am I gonna be
In
that
stood
guy?
up in real time.
In real time. It's also, so
Caught in 4K.
as much as we have a bunch of other things happening, you see, this is the default. So the main thing is the podcast.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to do initially 6 podcasts. I think we now this is like the
12
10th or
or
9th or
something.
something. Yeah.
Do you guys take it personally? At someone's
No. Personally,
I
no.
do.
Mariah.
I
very
used to.
personal.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I used to, then I realized, okay.
One time, cool. Second time, I'm definitely offended. So
Nah,
Especially
give
when there's
give
no
people a
excuse.
chance.
there you go. Like, don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
Give
Yeah, but
people
it's
a
been
chance.
dope. I love podcasting as much as I love my main job. You know, it's a passion thing. Yeah, so it's been amazing.
Your main job is also a passion thing.
Yeah. Default kind of, you know, I was never gonna be the 8 to 5 guy. So I found a way that I can earn money, do something a bit different, and then of course
That's actually-
land on my feet while podcasting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how hectic is that piloting schedule for someone who doesn't know?
It's hectic, man. Like my schedule, you know what a circadian rhythm is, like my sleep cycle is all over. There are days I have early mornings, there are days I operate in the evening. So it's all over the place. So but it's well worth it, I must say.
Yeah.
So then why do pilots find all this time here Usherati and they're always at BND?
It's 5 a.m. and I have a flight at 7.
I'm like, bro, when the dereva?
I think that's a common misrepresentation. I think the lesser.
There's no way we all have the same experiences at different times of the same career.
I think our ambassadors in terms of pilots are the guys you see out there are turn-up guys, but most guys don't actually drink. Most,
Mko na PR mbaya.
to be honest.
Very.
Nyinyi ni kama bangi. PR yenu ni mbaya.
PR ni
You need to do
mbaya.
something
Nyinyi
about
watu
it.
wazuri lakini PR.
PR mbaya.
Horrible.
We need to do better, eh? We need to do
Sasa
better.
pilot wako wako autopilot. Naenda kuweka ndege ya autopilot. Literally, there's a day we were flying to Diani. Alafu the captain said, welcome aboard flight number whatever. From Diani to Nairobi. Alafu tukasikia Nairobi to Diani. Maka tuliangaliana hivi.
Hey.
I'll chalk it to fatigue.
But how many rest days do you get in a month? Like, are you entitled to get?
So typically we work 5-day weeks. That's not, weekends don't count per se. So your 5 days can fall straight into the weekend. But we try get 5-day weeks usually.
5-day weeks.
5 days in a week we are working, but just not Monday to Friday.
Got you.
Yeah.
So that's like everyone else, except everyone else is Monday to Friday.
Yes.
But there's guys who do half day on Saturday.
So the
But
weekends,
yourselves.
like today I work, tomorrow I'm working, then I think Tuesday I'm off. But I love being off on like a random day. So, yeah. And guys are hangaika, I'm off.
Yeah. So how did I mean, so between the two, if both of them are like passion projects now, are you already picking sides, or you have
I was asked,
equal love for both?
I was asked by your favorite guy, Andrew Kibe. He said,
Mariah's BFF. They spoke this morning.
Inseparable.
That's the word.
he said, forgive my French, he said, one day you'll reach the fuck in the road, you know, where I'll be forced to choose.
Yeah.
At this point, the one that pays the bills
Is the one that
takes
gets-
precedent. Yeah. But of course, as I grow, if I ever reach that point where this one is giving me the same as this, I'll have a hard decision to make.
Yeah.
Because I love them equally. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people. Of course, for you guys, you understand. But I love them literally in equal measure.
I don't know. For me, I consider podding like the easiest gig ever.
Yes, I mean, it's just chilling and having
Just chilling and having fun. Like, bro,
You
this
pick
is literally what you
you.
do with your friends all the time, except
Yeah.
on camera.
Yeah.
Before we started filming, we were doing this.
We had our own
Literally.
podcast.
Exactly.
I think we talked about a whole
We had
episode
our
up
own
here.
podcast.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I'm like, for me, I think I'll just pod for as long as I possibly can. Because as I grow older, the stories change, experiences change, you know, my audience changes. This is like the easiest gig ever, bro.
Actually,
That
you can do it.
anyone could ask for. Personally, yeah. It's
You
too
can do
easy.
it well into you when you're 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you achieve a level where you're very flexible with your schedules, and you just run your own platform and drop whenever you wish.
Let me flip it on you guys. How's it been for you guys?
Quite the journey, to be honest.
Tuanze hivi,
Yeah.
one by one. Satam hivyo
Because
Eh.
this is a milestone. I mean, this is a culmination of a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's it been for you guys?
I'd say I was telling Saddam earlier how I usually feel these things after. So even right now, I don't know how I'm feeling about all this. I'm excited. But now on a random Tuesday, I'll just be like, shit.
We actually did.
Ama
It
you'll just get a
happens.
message, ama you'll see a comment, ama like someone or an email, and then now you'll start feeling like what you did. Or like someone will make a random comment like, do you know you guys are the shit? Or like you'll get that random DM, those that get really personal. Like, oh my God, you know, I had no meaning in life, and then I heard you say this, and then and then you'll feel like you're actually making an impact.
Just a few.
Yeah. And then, but like I'll agree with Chucks, it doesn't feel like work. It requires a lot, takes a lot, but it's rewarding.
Yeah, I think it's the milestones like 1,000, 10,000.
Yeah.
Do you remember hitting 1,000?
I remember for my platform,
Yeah.
and it was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 people subscribing is a lot.
True.
If I'm being
This is
very
when you
honest.
needed 1,000 minimum to monetize your channel.
Yes.
Yes. But I think we also trivialize views. You know, 1,000 people tuning in is not a joke.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's not a joke to have 1,000 views, but because of the way we see it, we have million views.
Yeah.
We don't appreciate the fact that even let's say you have 500 subscribers.
That's
Those
still-
are 500 guys
Yeah.
who've bought into your
Believe,
agenda.
Imagine.
Me usually I keep telling them I equate it to the assembly ground in high school. We were 1,000 people.
I've actually done that
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
So if you say 5,000 people, you're like, that's 5 assemblies just looking at you.
Like for example, the concerts, like
The hangouts.
no, like actual concert, like Barnable, for example.
Yeah.
It was like what 10,000 people.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Those were so many people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So those are if you have 10,000 subscribers, that is that many
whole
people
concert.
Yes.
who not only know what you do, they actually like what you do and they
Yeah.
want to be part of what you. Like, that's a lot, and I feel like 100,000 is just mind blowing.
It's a lot of people. Because when you think about it, it's not like it happens by default. Someone literally has to say, I want to subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's not a one-step thing. It's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up the channel, then I'll go to the subscribe and hit it, and then keep it.
And you don't have to subscribe to watch. You can just always watch.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're subscribing, you're sending a message to.
You're literally telling,
People,
yeah.
I
I
want to
want
be
to
here
be
to
part of
stay.
this.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I mean?
what does 100K mean for you guys? Because 100K, I mean, it's a milestone. What's the next milestone? 100K?
A million.
A million?
Yeah, that's the next target.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very possible.
Yeah,
definitely possible.
road to a million is going to be highway to a million.
Expressway to a million.
Hey, Spaceway.
Literally, expressway to a million.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe to put that into perspective, when we started the podcast, we were at 4,000 subscribers, right? And then you hit your first 10K, then slowly hit your 20K. Because when we got 10K, we said our next target is 100K.
Yeah.
So not 50. And then now you hit your 50, then suddenly, boom, you're at 100. So in between, it takes now everything else that we've done, all the consistently putting out 2 episodes a week, showing up every week, regardless of whether you are sick. Like Mas is like
Not
at 60%,
100, yeah.
and it's been up 24 hours. Wow.
42%.
So so you can imagine. So it means something. It means there's a lot of people believe in the dream. I think for us, we've just had the opportunities and platforms for us to experience it live, even with the Hangouts. Having like shows sell out, like people pay money to come see you, just talk, and you say, yeah. So
Is there pressure the bigger you grow, like once you reach such
I like how you've
He turned it
turned
into
fine.
This
this is how things happen. We'll give you this episode upload on
Keep going.
My bad.
This is no, it's fine.
Carry on.
Yeah, we're back.
I didn't even notice it. Chaxi is just supporting. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
does it come,
goodness.
does it
Love
come
it.
with pressure? Because the more people who are subscribed, the higher the expectations, the more the expectations.
Nah, zero pressure.
No pressure.
We just
We move at our own pace.
Yeah.
Like, whatever feels right is what we do.
Okay.
Like we don't change anything because we are achieving certain milestones. We
Yeah.
can celebrate milestones, but doesn't change anything. Our programming, the only thing that changes is, of course, now you realize that your life is also changing. You know the small things as just leaving the house to go buy groceries, and now for sure you will get stopped a couple of times.
Yes.
Like you forget, wewe unatoka tu unaenda kucheza ball, then the first high, and then now you start becoming a bit self-conscious.
Then how do you stay grounded? Because you guys are celebs now.
Are we? I don't know, man. I feel like people just know us. Yeah, I think it's just back to the same thing. Like nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Like so the pod has grown, of course, more eyeballs. People know who we are, but sisi tuko tu. Like we grind the same. We still
Kind of the same.
kind of the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has the friendship changed? Because you guys, I mean, again, these are some of the proverbial problems that happen when growth happens, especially in groups. Sometimes you'll have, sorry to get deep, but you'll have the Beyonce of the group. But you guys don't seem to have that issue. How have you kept cohesion going?
I'd say probably because all of us are like, we're different individuals. Like when we sit here, we're a trio, but outside of this, everybody has their own. So it will never be a point where I feel like I'm in competition with Chuck, I'm in competition with Mo. So everybody's just in their lane. But when we sit on this couch, it's 3 heads coming to make one dream work.
Yeah. Okay. I think also realized like the way there's other groups where there's restrictions. Sijui nini. Hapa we don't have restrictions. Like Mariah has her own life. She works with her own brands and does her own things.
Yeah.
Moas does myself the same. But then we are a collective. So we have like a life as Mike Check, but also we are free to do our own things. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, another thing, I'd say we're also very honest and open with each other. I don't think there's moments where we've ever felt like, oh, I need to keep something from you, or you understand? Like, we're very open books to each other. So even in moments where things are difficult, we'll still talk to each other, we figure it out. So, yeah, kind of makes things easier too.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it also feels like it was just the right timing for everything to come together.
Yeah.
Like I met her on episode 1.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys met on set?
Yeah.
Like,
The two of them.
the previous day, Chuck had called me and he was like, oh, remember, Moas, so the plan is tomorrow, we link up, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So pull up, Moas is here. I'm like, oh, Moas, I know you from Twitter. I think you're really funny, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, they had been hanging out since COVID. And yeah, it was like, okay, so let's do a pilot. Let's see how it works. And literally, episode 1.
The rest is history.
Key for pilots.
Moss is funny, crazy.
No, he's hilarious. He's hilarious.
Moss on Twitter is very funny.
Real life.
On the couch,
No, he's also very funny. But Twitter, I think is goated.
debatable.
Hey,
Goated. Like, significantly funny online.
I wish I'd have gone back to those days when before I get like corporate deep, before like I
You have a
got
corporate
busy.
job as well.
Yeah. So like before like corporate life took over, like when when I was actually building my Twitter, like when I was like, leo lazima watu wacheke. You know, you have those days. Unakaa tu chini tu, trrrr. Those days are crazy.
Yako ina kucheka, yangu ina kujam.
That's a daily.
Leo nitakasirisha watu.
That is a daily.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I feel like also it just goes back to a lot more on communication. I think when communication is open, then there's no gray areas. I don't know. Like I won't say that we fight over anything. Like what is that
Yeah,
fight?
fighting is deep. No, probably we disagree on a few things, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we just make sure, in as much as we disagree,
Yeah.
there is a consensus. So, Sawa, you feel how you feel, but as long as we had an agreement at the end of the day,
Yeah.
And
that's
I'm not
that.
trying to start drama. I'm just curious.
No, seriously,
Yeah,
that's how it is. That's how it is.
And it's always nice to know, even if someone is, she talking the pod or she talking one person on the pod, I can always know I have my two guys on my corner already, regardless, because we know the inner workings and what happens.
Yeah.
And we know the story. Like we get a lot of flack as a unit, we get a lot of flack
As
individually.
individuals.
Yeah, but just knowing that the other two are there regardless.
Also as a pair.
Greatest pair.
Yeah. Are you at that level where you're getting hate online?
Not serious hate. Of course, you'll get a few comments here and there. I try avoid, but of course, on the back end of YouTube,
Yes, what is another thing?
comments are right
Yeah.
there. So I've never gotten hate to the point where I felt like I need to change what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I've had a few controversial people, Kibe, Caswell, so people had some things to say. Recently, Khalif, of course, and the jury was out both sides. Guys were like,
Yeah.
how dare you platform this guy? But I believe in just being objective.
True.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean
We have to
platform?
talk about this
you
idea of
story,
platform.
yeah.
Word
the
platform,
But
the
the
platform,
platforming-
I hate that. I hate those two words.
But I like what one of my friends said. He said, for the most part, it's the loud minority. So it's
Yes.
a few guys on Twitter who are so loud who'll try and spin a narrative that everyone wants to cancel these guys. When you look at it carefully, it's like, nah, not really.
And sometimes you even read about something online and it's about you, and you get to know it's about you at the end.
Yeah.
Like, we need it. Me, I was told CG lead CG.
Twitter, eh.
People were told this studio is my dad's.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on the podcast. Like, we've been told absurd things online. You laugh them off and then they disappear.
I think the idea of the trend that is happening here is sort of what is dying now in the States, which I think became very popular during the Me Too movement, and the idea of canceling people just based on a difference in
don't
opinion.
agree, yeah.
So not canceling people based on things they do, like someone raped
Yeah.
someone, like those are. It's literally canceling someone just because I don't agree with
Our
their opinion.
ideologies
Which is
are not
a
the
very
same. It's
absurd
crazy.
opinion. Then now that is now Kenya now is at that state where literally someone can get online and say, I don't agree with you, so I'm canceling you.
But what does canceling actually mean? What do they mean when they say cancel? Does it mean unsubscribe? Does
Yeah,
it
like
mean
I'm
smear?
not trying to hear nothing from you.
Yeah.
And if I can't get the point of smearing, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then, the far left people who in court in Kenya would say the people who consider themselves woke terribly hate the whole concept. Personally, now the guys who they always have these terminologies. And the terminologies never end. They always have new words
Always
for new
evolving,
things. So
yeah.
now they have this terminology they call platforming. So and platforming,
yes.
which is
The
now
platform.
which now is what we guys have to deal with. Because the fact that you host Casmol or we hosted Casmol, now to
Doesn't
them
mean
is like
you agree
they,
with his
they use now the word
ideology.
platforming.
How dare you give this person a voice and
Yeah.
a place to come and say something? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then these are the same people because they are woke. They're the champions of freedom of expression and
Yeah,
free
it's
speech
crazy.
Yeah.
at the same time, and they believe in a democratic
Democracy.
country. And I'm like, yo, you have to really decide, bro. And also, what is the problem with? I don't like this guy. I'm not gonna watch that episode.
Yeah, and move.
Yeah,
I-
literally, you have a
And
choice.
move.
Yeah, even some of my favorite podcasts, I don't watch all the episodes. The
Yeah.
episode, I'm like, today I don't feel like listening
Listen
to
to this
mental
one,
health things. I'll just
whatever.
skip.
But on the flip
idea-
side, is there a line? Because are there people you would not sit with, even if it's about being objective?
No, I
Personally,
made it very
no.
clear, and he was only my bestie. So,
So what was
Yeah,
just what?
because one, there was before that,
First of all, who's the bestie? Maybe for
so
context. Yeah.
before that, I'd honestly tried to be, open-minded and listen to some of the things that he used to say. I'd listen, and it just got to a point where I felt like he's constantly trying to take jabs at women even when they've done nothing. So I'll use like 2 examples.
Yeah.
So this one time he was talking about Njugush, saying that Njugush used to be very funny, blah blah. Tio, don't get me wrong, he's still funny, but now that he's partnered with his wife, what is that? Unafanya nini na bibi yako? I'm like, oh, why? Acha fanya vitu zake peke yake. I'm like, okay, cool. Next thing, he was talking about his mom.
Yeah.
And he goes, this bitch. I was like,
Hey.
okay. You, no. Just no. Whatever issues you have is fine. Say what you need to say, but when you start getting all derogatory, for me now, that's where I have an issue.
But don't you think he was playing a character?
And that's the thing. I'm not going to feed into your character because you've said it before. You do not have any regard for women. So I will not even be in your presence. I will not honor you with the fact that before me being a podcaster, I'm a woman. I will not.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Saddam, you had-
What I was saying is the idea that when you don't have to like or agree with everything.
Yeah.
For example, as an audience, right? You can, for example, okay, fine. Today they've brought this guest, but I'm not
Fuck
so
with the guy.
keen on
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I don't really care so much about him. Maybe not even hate, but I don't think I'm interested.
Yeah.
You can just skip because that freedom of choosing what you want
There you go.
to watch, it's with you,
Yeah.
right? Like you have the ability to decide what makes you happy and what makes you sad, right?
Yeah.
Like these two, the duo, not only they decided, like they decided we're not gonna sit here and talk to him. We'll just walk away and then we'll just come back. Like if the guys who even walk up, they can decide we're
Yeah.
not talking to this guy today, and it's our pod, and we're gonna have option.
Yeah.
You as an audience also, you should be able to have that
Yeah,
control over your own life.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I want to. This is the crazy thing about like mental health and like happiness and like everything. People have control
Choice.
because you have control of a lot of things, not to the extent of a lot of things, but how you find things online, especially online. You don't like a tweet, just
Pass.
scroll. Like ukifanya tu hivi umepotea.
Imagine, it doesn't
You know what I mean?
exist anymore.
Like if you
I
decide,
get it from an interest point of view. That's fair. But what about like, you don't feel like you end up nitpicking at morality? An example would be like, I'd say I wouldn't sit with a mass murderer, right? But I'd sit with the president. We know allegedly, but I would sit with him. So you don't see like it ends up being a bit.
that the thing is, you should. I feel like the same way I
Allegedly,
believe in the same way people have the option of freedom of choice, right? If you decide today to sit with a murderer
I can't
and
fault
not
you
a
for
president, like I wouldn't. Why would I be angry at you? Like
That's
I feel
an
like we
active
should
choice
only,
that you've made.
we should only be affected by people who are actually doing bad things. Like your perception or your understanding of something should never make me sad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the way you see the world should never
Shouldn't
make me
bother me
want
to
to
that
be
extent,
angry or
yeah.
not dislike you, because you can see things the way you want to see, right? And I should choose,
To see
and
how
I
I
should be
wanna
given
see
an
things.
opportunity to decide whether I want to agree with you or not, because she has chosen that, right? There's no problem with that. Someone else would. Chaksi and I sat with him and talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no difference between me and Mariah, right?
It would make for fire content if you ever change your mind. It would
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, it just always just goes down to it always just goes down to what my real interest is. Because I can only be myself. I can't like I don't live a fake life. I just live I live true to who I am.
Yeah.
And my interest is just in telling stories. So for me, it always boils down to, do I have a conversation to have with somebody? If I do, then I sit down with them. That's why for me, I can't pick a name of someone I can't sit with. I don't know. You know, so it's like if you told me someone is in committee now because they're a serial killer, for me that's a story that interests me. Only if they were going to sit down and actually talk about
real
what happened.
conversation.
If it's someone who's going to bullshit me, then it's a waste of my time. But if you're going to have a real conversation, I'm very interested. So I don't have a line for me when it comes to stories that I tell. I believe that we are who we are because of life. This is reality, bro.
Yeah.
So we are new media. We can't run away from the reality.
certain-
And even when it came back to the protests, what we said as a pod is we'll report, archive, and document accurately the good, the bad, and we'll invite everyone who was involved, both from all the sides. And that's exactly what we did. We changed our programming for 2 months, literally just to cover that and cover all the angles. So if you are only comfortable as having the people you agree with,
Yeah, it's
and you don't
crazy.
and you want to assume these people you don't agree with, they played a part in a way.
Huge.
Yeah.
So
Significant.
but we need to document those stories accurately. What is being accurate? It means people you
Getting
only
both
agree with.
sides of a story.
It's weird. It's something that I don't even struggle with. I don't even think too much about it because I just find it super weird.
I agree. Even when I choose my guests, it's always personal interest.
Mm.
It's not necessarily celebrity driven. I have to have like an interest in having that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a conversation to be had. We're like, okay, I have a conversation to have here, so I'm gonna have you. Yeah, so that's why I think we guys, and especially just because of where Kenya is now, we're the guys who have to, put our foot down and be like, we'll control the narrative and we'll have whoever we wanna have. Imagine letting random people on X decide how you should run your show.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. That's diabolical.
Can I ask a question? You
Yeah.
guys had a fire episode. You had Jimmy on.
Yes.
Were you guys given parameters? It was free for
Nothing. We say no when there's conditions. This guy is for send questions
questions in
prior,
advance.
or you can't talk about this.
Yeah.
If you tell me you can't talk about this and there's something we're interested to talk about, then
Let's
we don't
not.
have. Yeah, why? Then that's weird.
Let's just not.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning to have like the next the president? That
We'd
kind
love, dude. Do you know crazy thing is the president thing almost happened
Right before.
Really?
Yeah,
2 weeks
before
the
demonstration
protest
started.
Yeah, because I think he'd gone to a trip in Italy, if I'm not wrong, and we were supposed to have it when he got back from Italy. Then he got back, I think he went somewhere else, and the protest began. So then,
just
then
threw
his team was
everything
like,
off.
"Hey,
Would that
not
guy
possible."
allow a freestyle conversation?
Now that
No, most likely not. I'm
So
sure.
our thing is when we have a guest like the president or the Gashagwas, we do it live. We can't do it pre-recorded because we do it pre-recorded, and then if you come back and tell me half the interview can't go out,
yeah.
then
Yeah.
what's the point
It's a
of
waste
having
of
it?
my
So
time.
those
Purpose.
ones, our target is we just do them live. Yeah, unless we completely agree prior that
Total
you want,
control.
total control. Because otherwise, then it's scripted. Why should I? We are just podding. I'm asking you questions. Nini, like, what can't you answer about what you do? Why should I send you questions in prior? Like, what are you afraid to talk about?
Plus, it'll end
Are
up
you not
so-
a public? Are you not a
there,
public officer?
exactly.
Yeah,
It'll end up so generic as well if you have pre-written questions.
yeah. It's
Then
super
there's no
weird.
difference between you and what they're doing on TV.
True.
Yeah.
They might as well just do Q&A on the internet.
Ask me anything.
So that you can answer the ones you decide
Yeah.
and leave the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I think it's an interesting space in podcasting. Definitely, this is a new media, and we guys have to decide how this goes.
Yeah.
And for us, we'll just do it in our own style. Yeah. How is it for you? How come you didn't receive backlash for hosting Casmel? You actually recorded that episode maybe a few days before we did, but ours got
Yeah,
published
yours
earlier.
yours came out first.
Yeah.
I did get a bit of backlash, but first of all, I'm not as big, so there are not people gunning for me like that.
Yeah.
Plus, I think people give me some grace. I don't know. Maybe I give a nice guy kind of impression. So guys give me some grace. Plus, I always try to bring out something different from what people would expect conventionally. And I think that came out with Khalif, that came out with Caswell, even the Abel episode. It's like a whole different
Yeah,
side.
it's very different.
I get guys to open up emotionally. It's, things that they would not normally say.
Yeah. Why did you decide to do the new Khalif interview after the Clement
He reached out.
expose on Cohesion?
He reached out. He reached
Yeah.
out, and I did my math. I'm like, this will probably be
Yeah, this is good for you.
good for probably go
For you, it
viral.
was a strategic conversation.
And then again, if you watched it, I really tried to be fair.
Yeah.
Like I didn't shoot
Corner
him
him or
down.
anything.
And I even when I cornered him, I gave him some grace, you know. And for the most part, I feel like all the blunders he said, I didn't corner him in a way that was like malice. You know. Yeah.
Got you.
Do you believe half the things he said, claimed?
I think anyone with eyes could see where the lies were.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hope this experience, even having to go to India and all, should be eye-opening even for him.
Yeah.
Because the biggest thing with him is, one, the guy is a gifted kid. Let's not lie. He's a smart kid.
Gifted or not?
He's smart.
Okay.
You cannot be that level of any form of sales or
Even to be a conman, you
even
have
to
to
be
be smart.
exactly.
even to be
So
crafty
no,
or
kona mjinga.
cornish.
True.
There's some
Yeah.
smart required.
Yeah.
I think youth has been his biggest problem, like this immaturity, not knowing how to handle fame. He really performs for the Twitter crowd, you know,
Yeah.
like he lives for
Everything
them.
is very
Yeah,
performative.
ego
Yeah.
boost.
Yeah. So, but I know, I've been to India.
Visit by the way.
I've done not to visit me. I was
Happy though.
no. Have I visited him?
Yeah.
No.
You're not like homies like that.
No, not like that.
Yeah.
Not that he's my
You-
brother.
you
Like I'd go out of my way to
You
go
just
and
have a
see
soft
you,
spot for him.
true.
I'm just a kind of person.
No, but like not kind enough to go and see him.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been to India. I know what it did for me.
Oh, you were in that yourself?
Yeah.
Not to see somebody?
I did 2.5 weeks there some time back.
What happened?
It's the place where you're brought down to zero. It allows you to reboot, re-strategize, put all your bullshit to the side and see yourself. Because when you end up there, usually you've done some BS.
Yeah.
And it forces you to face it. So I think if he's a smart guy, if he's a wise guy,
Yeah.
this experience will definitely change.
That was you were there for remand?
Remand.
What happened?
Alcohol. It was an alcohol situation.
Oh, damn.
Alcohol
Yeah,
blow
'cause-
couldn't raise the fine. I'd reached a point where I'd chomat so much, I didn't have any cachet to ask anyone for. It was 30 G's. So I ended up in there. Eventually got helped out. But yeah, 2.5 weeks in India is
Yeah, well, that's torture.
it's different. Eh?
How, what?
Like, what was the experience? Because I feel like me, I've never been in jail.
Have you been to cell?
To ourselves?
No, never been anything. Is it like what?
So what I'll start with, maybe cell is comparatively, cell is like the Ritz-Carlton compared. Because cell is soft. So India is, the moment you come out of that bus, first of all, you come out from the back of the bus. Eh? The door is at the back. That bus you see cutting traffic, the door is at the back. And then there's a line you cross. As soon as you cross that line, you're owned by the state. Unakaba, you squat. And from there, it's just surviving.
Do you remember your day one?
Very well.
Did you sleep?
I was so tired, so I was hungover. I had not eaten.
I'm like, what? This is scary. Tutadili nayo.
I was hungover. I had not eaten. Squatted in. We started squatting. Guys are being whooped left, right.
But you're squatting
What?
as you're walking.
Yeah, like you're squat walking.
Wait, with this cough thing, is that like a
No.
thing? Oh,
So at some point,
okay.
yes, we were pigwad terror. We were searched. Yes, but those guys could see like I won't say.
Yeah.
Like there's a mismatch
True.
here. Of course, the wardens were making fun. Nani anataka smoky? That time,
Guy.
it's just being sarcastic.
No, you're the smoky.
You're the smoky.
No. Like,
Like-
they knew we were hungry.
Oh.
There's no smoky. You were given some karai with some funny beans, man. Taken to the cell. Man, it was crazy.
You're sleeping with a partner.
It's
how
a
was
cell
it?
that's supposed to maybe house 30.
Yeah.
Maybe we were 65.
Wow.
So you find like a spot, there's a Kinara. You know guys know what a Kinara is?
No.
The mkubwa of the cell. So he usually has a phone. So if you can get some money.
Like a police officer or just a
No.
regular
An
smoker?
inmate.
One of
He's an
yours.
inmate.
An
Okay.
inmate.
Ours was
Who's been there for how long?
he was
Going
an
to be
ex-KDF guy who had been caught obtaining under false pretenses. So he was like the one running that cell. So he had a phone, and what you could do is you could get, if you can remember a number, get him send some money, and you can book a spot. Depending on how much you get, will determine where you are.
Wow.
So there was State House at the corner. A lot of the drug dealers were there, some Nigerian guys. They even had like a mattress. Theirs was like neat.
Oh, wow.
Then there was second tier. Me, I stayed in the second tier.
Yeah.
Then if you don't have chums, you're just sprawled all over.
So what are the conditions like? Like sleeping on the floor?
On the floor. You have like a funny blanket, but it's on the floor. You're on the floor.
Washrooms, showers,
There's washrooms there
inside.
inside the cell.
So when people are shitting, you can just see and smell the whole thing.
No, you can't see like where guys are squatting. There's an area that you go and But of course you try avoid by all means. Man.
Well,
how does it?
your body naturally will need to shit if you're eating.
Hey bro, it took me a while, eh?
Yeah, because your body just adapts. It's true.
Then you sikuli shit ya kwanza, where?
It was like 2 minutes you're out, man, because you get anything that has to do with removing clothes in there, bro.
So like, give us like, get ready with me, like one.
Get ready with me as I wake up in committee.
First of all, there's someone I had say the other day, you genuinely end up intermittent fasting by default, man. Like
Good.
your breakfast, I can't remember, was early, some bullshit, ugali with a skuma that's like full.
a steam.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the ugali was like soft. So first day one, I'm not hungry, I'm okay. Yeah. Then of course,
Still have the KFCs in your stomach.
with time you start getting
He was
hungry.
hungry. Just alcohol.
With time, you start getting hungry. Hey, the food was fine, far and few between. It's not a place you wanna go. Yeah. So the point of this whole thing was, if there is no way Khalif should come out of there the same. There should be a lesson learned.
Yeah.
How big is that cell?
I don't know in terms of dimensions, but it's smaller. It's smaller than it should be.
Yeah.
You're tight.
Yeah.
You can feel. You'll see guys. I've said this before on a different platform. You'll see guys playing games of kuskumana, but you can tell, you guys are horny. This is
What?
this is repressed.
Hey,
Hey,
you see that?
I kid you not. Yeah. Yes.
Is it possible for us?
Let me tell you the craziest thing. So, of course, there's Muslims and there's Christians. So Muslims pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So actually they were praying way more than 5 times. So every certain number of minutes, they'll stand up, they'll pray, they'll do their kuswali. But the Christians are not to be outdone. You know, how can you be outdone by the Muslims? So they'll form a circle and start doing some praise and worship, and then there'll be like a guy leading it, speaking in tongues, yada yada. So me, because I was there, and I'm like, I'm not attending either. So Saturday came, and on Saturday evening they discuss the problems of the cell. Oh, Nani should stop fighting with who.
Wow, problems.
If you have a case and you don't have a lawyer, they help you chambua. And then any other business. So it came up that people were thinking, I am an omen because I'm not joining either side. So I'm the one who's keeping guys in there.
What?
Bloody hell.
Hey, let me tell you, the next time for Christian girls there. So anyway, India is not a place you want to go.
Yeah.
Long story short.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around 2 weeks, 30 Gs.
Imagine.
Ulikuwa umechoma vibaya sana.
I didn't have, even by the time I remember the day was ending when I was in court, those guys in the police there saying, hauna mtu unaweza pigia? But I don't know if you guys have reached a point where you've chomad. There's no one you can
You've
ask.
broken all bridges.
All kabisa.
So folks far more out of the way, close friends out of the way.
Kabisa.
How did you get yourself to that point?
Addiction, man.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
How did you get involved with that?
You want to know my alcohol story?
Let's
Honestly.
go.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm pretty sure these other checkmates were pretty curious.
Yeah, so-
let's go.
I started drinking when I was 15.
Okay.
Typical experimenting. It coincided with problems at home. So I quickly figured out this is a nice way to cope. I liked the reprieve it gave me from
Yeah.
the feelings I was
Reality.
feeling at home.
Yeah.
So I quickly became hooked. Like I would drink at every opportunity. Of course, at the level of a 15-year-old, which means
Cheap alcohol.
like every Friday. Then every Friday turns into Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then it turns into your hanging on Monday in form 2. And then of course grades, the typical journey. So by 19, I'd already checked. I did my first rehab by 19. Yeah,
Check yourself in or family?
farmer of course.
Yeah. And this time you're in campus?
I'd just done my first license. PPL were discussing of.
Yeah. Then, so when you go to rehab, this because now this is family, do you understand why you're in there, or you're just going to do your time, leave, come,
So
continue?
at that age, I knew. Of course, I knew I had a problem, and I've said this before. I went home one day drunk, kind of like liado. I think I need help. Yada yada. Kumbe folks took it seriously. So by morning they got help. Of course, me have a hangy. I'm like, shit. What did I
What did I say
Jack? Like, what
yesterday?
the hell? But it was too late. The wheels already in motion.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. Of course, at 19, you don't really understand.
Yeah.
When someone is telling you, you're here to quit forever. You're the youngest guy in there. Other guys have lost homes, and your wives are like, nah, me, I'm not yet there.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning.
What happens there? In
Rehab.
rehab, yeah.
There
What do they do or give you guys?
So they have a program. You wake up. So the first one I went was AA based. So you wake up in the morning, you read the big book. The big book is like the AA Bible sorts. You do some morning meditation,
What are the contents of this book?
recovery stuff, but
Okay.
but philosophical.
Just words of affirmation.
Not really.
Yeah.
Like think of like a parable that
Yeah.
leans into recovery and why you should stay sober. Yeah, and of course slogans. Easy,
Slogans.
easy does it.
It feels like a gym.
If nothing changes, nothing
Mental
changes.
It's all mental,
gym,
bro.
Wewe acha bana, ino chuma.
If nothing changes, nothing changes.
If
Yeah,
nothing
so-
changes,
Nothing-
nothing.
nothing
Hey.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's usually the morning. Of course, breakfast. That was a bit of a bougie place. So we had, I mean, we had the wax, we had coffee, we had cigarettes. They allowed us to smoke. We had good food, and then you have group therapy. Guys talk. Hi, my name is so and so. I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Eric. So it all started. You give your story.
Yeah.
You hear each other's stories. Encourage each other. Yeah.
You have access to alcohol in there?
No.
How long were you there?
That first one I did, I think 2 months.
Yeah.
But usually it's a 3-month program.
Yeah. So you are a quick learner in there.
No, I think it was a shorter program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then came back and relapsed again, or
Hey, came back, relapsed quite a few
You
times.
said you
Man.
relapsed 8 times.
Yeah.
8.
That's between 19 and 30.
Yeah.
Like 8, and so each time you relapse, you go back in.
Not each time, but 8 times of those relapses I went back. The times I was just... But I managed to string in flight school to the point I finished.
Wow.
But
I missed all this.
while hanging for my dear life, though.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
What was the changing point?
What was my changing point? I had gone for a job opportunity somewhere, and I really messed up, and I had a near-death experience. So for me, that was...
Wake up call.
Came back straight from there, the airport. I was taken to rehab. That's when I started my journey. My wife is watching right now. She's probably like, "Oh, how's this turning into your alcohol story?" But it's my life. It always comes up. I own it. I'm not shy about it.
Yeah. Damn, you've done well for yourself, man.
Honestly.
I mean, because I think we don't talk about addiction enough.
True.
Mostly because we don't have too many people who
Willing
on
to
their
tell
stories.
stories,
So
yeah.
most of us are outsiders to what that struggle really is. Maybe a few people would have like close proximity to a friend or a family member, and then they'll be like, "Shit, this is what addiction can do." But for a lot of people, it's just another terminology and that we can define, and we know it's just a bad thing. It's one of those things that it really hits hard when it hits home.
Yeah.
But
Plus stigma.
and stigma as well.
I mean, I told the story the first time on CTA, and even like at work, of course, guys would come quietly. Yeah, your story was so, thank you so much. But not openly, because, you get an addict, Yeah. There's stigma for sure.
Yeah.
Even to this day,
Me personally, I've freed myself of it.
Yes.
But most people
Because you've
would
owned
not.
your story.
There are many people who've come and told me that they're struggling with it, but they would never say it open.
Yeah. What is your relationship like with alcohol now?
I don't drink, of course.
Yeah. Are you comfortable around people who are drinking?
or in those
Oh, no.
spaces, like can you
I
be
try
comfortable in a club?
avoid, man. It does something to me. I realize even when I hang out like in a club, the time we got stuck in Kisumu, so we had to spend the night, and where we went to get food because it was late, it was like a club setting, and we were there for like an hour, and I just remember liking the thing. I remember feeling the vibes and romanticizing that feeling. It stayed with me for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We watched that scene in Flight where Denzel, that door was left open,
Yeah.
and he went, and it's literally.
It's
like
is
that.
it the one where the
Yeah.
ring touches the bottle?
Yes.
One of my favorite scenes in a movie ever.
What movie is that?
Flight, Denzel Washington.
At least
A
akona
pilot
projector.
who's,
Movie number 2.
After Titanic.
Oh, Titanic tuna
Yes.
watchio.
Have you ever tried to convince people to watch movies and they don't watch?
At least I do.
We'll try.
That one.
What?
3 years.
But I recently watched.
This nigga doesn't watch any movie.
Yeah. I just didn't have time to watch movies, bro. Genuinely.
No, I'm not surprised, but Mariah, why?
Yeah.
I do.
No
When
matter
he
what.
recommends me, I watch.
Yeah. She just hasn't watched that, but she watches. Yeah. But I'm
one?
trying to watch more movies and stuff.
You're gonna recommend?
All the good movies you've ever seen.
What is the one? The billion. What is the one that you're watching?
$1 Million Secret.
$1 Million Secret. Because I started an episode of that.
Is that
I like
recent?
it. It's
It's
Yeah.
just on
It's recent?
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's really
It's
nice.
really
You started
good.
It's those reality shows that now that I would probably do. Yeah. Like it's really.
Mind games.
Isn't it inevitable that you guys will do like a reality show?
Of course, we have one in the
At
works.
some point, yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
coming.
can see that.
It's coming. But I feel like within content, the idea is just to do all the cool things and
Yeah.
just do as much as
What
we can.
wouldn't
because
you
why
do?
not?
What's the parameter of like OnlyFans $2 million each?
Dude.
Give me a balaclava.
Episode titles leo ni mingi.
Oh, probably. And like, yeah, let's put some concealer on my tattoos.
Yeah.
Bruh. It's odd.
You know, the
It's
thing is,
so
when we
odd.
did the South Soul episode, remember, and then we were like, okay, maybe we should drop it on OnlyFans before we drop it on YouTube. I remember getting home, trying to set up the OnlyFans, and then it just couldn't, what is it called? Couldn't just validate. Like, they declined. They needed to upload, they needed more documents
Can you
and stuff.
Too much clothes.
Can you catfish
Yeah.
on OnlyFans? Like,
Can you?
can you say
don't think
you gotta
so.
do like a tape and then it turns out it's just like a pod, or they?
I think you can sell anything on OnlyFans, yeah.
Initially, that was actually the plan. It was meant for creators.
Yeah.
Like people who like you could go and chat with your favorite musician,
Like a
singer,
Patreon.
magician. Yeah.
It was similar to a Patreon.
Alafu mtu mmoja akatoa nguo.
Done. Change the whole
I feel like, I think
trajectory.
they also struggled
Yeah.
until they allowed, because they didn't allow porn content as well initially.
They tried to get rid of it and they
yeah.
lost so many subscribers, they had to bring it back.
Yeah.
And then now look at it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could open one, post a few toenails here and
Foot
there.
pics.
Yeah, foot pics.
There's
toenails.
guys making crazy bags
Yeah, from feet.
Yeah.
Like
That's
any
the fetish I
like a
don't
feet
get.
that is being taken care of, bana. Come on.
Chaxi, me, I've seen your toes. I've told
Yeah.
you.
Like you should pay me not to
Mara,
look
do you-
at them.
Have you seen
Sina
Chaxi's
maoni.
toes or lack thereof? I don't know.
What do you mean? The toes look
Hapo
better
kala
than
shin sa iko na maalama.
football.
Si unaona?
Look at this, man. But I don't mind it. Yeah. So for you, do you have like an objective with the pod? Is there something you're trying to do with it?
Just have I'll use the same word, objective conversations with people I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Of course, my dream is to have like international guests. I really want to have Dame Dash on. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but I like his style, and I like and so many other people, like just riveting conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What are some places in a Kenya setting do you think some of the guys who actually have so many stories, or rather like people who've experienced a lot, like what industry?
Rehab, man. Rehab have some of the best stories, man.
Wallah.
Guys have the craziest stories in there, man.
No, but not patients. Like rehab in terms of patients who've
Or you're asking,
like general, like maybe a general commander who went to Somalia to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, those kind of people, or I don't know, like a farmer,
like a Green Beret.
like one of the.
The thing is, I just find like most of those people in Kenya are never very open to share those
That's
stories
true.
publicly.
They
I
said
don't-
don't ask, don't tell. They
Yeah.
have that policy.
But I'm like, in other countries like the States, I
They
see
really
CIA,
do be
former CIA
chatting,
agents
yeah.
on all podcasts, like authors. In Kenya, I don't know, bro.
And they're just discussing the most classified shit ever.
Yeah, they're discussing everything.
Have you tried?
No, not yet, not yet. I think for just based on how everything else was moving, now we were still at the point where it's proximity, who you can reach easily, because all of us were also involved in doing many other things. Then I think as slowly we're beginning to pay more attention to this now, becomes easy to start chasing those conversations. I mean, because when you have such a tight programming and you have so much to do, it's easier to just keep doing, just guys that you can reach out to
Do
easily.
you guys write proposals or you DM? How do you guys go about? Because me, I may have that shameless approach. DM.
Proposals
Is that to
host
brands or to
people?
individuals?
Yeah, people.
A proposal to people.
Yeah.
I think for us it's just we like networking. Like Nani, know Nani who knows Nani. If you can't get that, or probably you already know them. So
Yeah.
it's like you make the call, you do this, you do
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. The pod has grown to the point where even people who haven't watched it, they know
Have
about it.
enough
idea.
They've
Yeah.
seen a clip.
Yeah.
So even when you call someone for the first time,
It's not a hard
it's
conversation.
not a very
Yeah.
hard conversation. Yeah, you're like you're not really.
There's something we were trying to work on. Did it ever fly?
Which one?
The open letter to guys who we genuinely don't know or
Yeah.
don't have a connection
No,
to.
we just wanted to do like something playful, but
Yeah.
no, we never followed through.
Yeah.
Yeah. You send people proposals.
No. So what I used to do a DM, the same way network get a number. Recently, what I did that worked, I sent videos of just an invite, me in the studio, hey, so and so, just playing to people's egos a bit, a picture of them, I'd like to officially invite you. So I realized all of them seem to have beat
When it has
that
a touchy feel.
personal touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Ultimate Cairo video.
No. Cairo has just connected. I had Cairo, I think
Earlier
episode 2.
on. Yeah, you probably had him like 4 times or something.
Yeah, so I think 4 times total.
Yeah.
First time when he was killing the game, just to shine everyone.
Yeah.
Second time was Gen Z.
Yeah.
Third time was the ship was starting to,
Still.
Yeah.
and then post Clement.
Yeah. And then
You're so lucky because if Clement does one thing now, you're guaranteed another episode with him.
Where's Ibra? That's the guy.
Ibra is the other guy who no one knows.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
He feels
who's
like
he?
he's the smart one to Chinyamaji all this
Yeah.
nonsense.
That's the guy who
Yeah.
needs to be interviewed.
The other partner?
Yes, the other partner.
Because it feels like he's the only one who's not talking,
Yeah.
Doesn't
not
say
involved,
nothing.
isn't
Yeah, no one
online.
knows what he looks like. Have you tried asking?
No, I'm not. I have no link to him.
Yeah.
But I think those guys, let's be real, I think there was also something else they were doing.
Yeah, there's something.
Because why would you keep coming back to someone who keeps shafting you?
Yeah.
Unless there's another common
Something.
thing that you're
Yeah.
doing that you're not saying.
Very true. Very true.
But it's just interesting how everything just happened and it went left so quickly. Even earlier on, when you could tell it was easy to salvage. It's like
You just
didn't
couldn't.
care, bro.
Yeah.
And then just kept getting worse, getting worse. I'm like, yo, like at what point do you call yourself kimkutano kidogo and you're like,
You're like, okay, I need to get
yeah, like I need
myself
to get
together.
my yeah. Like how can things just keep going that bad? Because it didn't happen overnight. These are things that kept happening, spread out over and over, week in, month in, and from the outside you can tell there's a problem here.
Denial is real, man. Denial
Yeah.
is real, yeah.
Introspection, even just a little bit of it. But that's what even goes back to what you're talking about. Like some of these things, this is real life. It's not fiction. You know, these are stories that I believe are essential stories to tell. And I think the beauty of even now podding is that I like that there's so many coming up because also we can't have everyone. You can't host everyone.
Yeah.
Even if you want, unless you decided to record every day of the
Yeah.
week, like 2 episodes, you know. So I'd also tune in to be like, someone is at Eric, let me tune in, you know. Same thing with someone is at Mic Check, someone is at Ikonini. That's the beauty. And then now sort of this whole thing becomes a thing. Yeah, but I love how I feel like we're in a very good space.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine what's gonna happen, say, like in the next 5 years,
year.
if we just keep up with the momentum. Are you at any point like is getting guests a bit of a struggle or you've overcome that now?
It's better now. You know,
Yeah.
the more I grow, by the time if I send someone an invite and I should send them what I
The
do,
video invite.
yeah, they kind of already either have heard of it.
Yeah,
or-
seen,
So now I'm a bit
yeah.
in the ether, somewhat in the ether. So it's getting easier. It's getting easier with time.
Yeah.
But funny enough, some of my best episodes are not celebrities. I'm sure when you guys have had some of your best, just the
Yeah.
three of you.
Yeah,
the four of you.
definitely. Yeah, I love those conversations. I think even for celebrities, the best ones are those ones who sort of maybe understand what's going on, like they're very open and then it's just vibes. Those ones who are a bit
constantly have to
uptight.
keep-
It feels like now you have keep asking question, answer. Those ones are the ones we don't enjoy. But sometimes you just need to do them because those
Yeah,
are
I
good
mean-
stories to tell.
Also, there's so many things involved because I feel like even people are different during, like maybe you've invited someone at a very low point in their life, or maybe they came here on a day maybe they're not the best of themselves. So you can't control that. Maybe you'd thought maybe you'd have a good conversation, but maybe you didn't. Not necessarily his fault, but like things just happened.
Yeah.
And maybe the same gang could another time things would be different.
Yeah.
I'll give you your props though. Every time you feature, you seem to have some good value.
Let me tell you, Saddam
Really?
is the
fought
unofficial
silent member.
official member of the pod. Saddam rocks up whenever he wants because this is home.
I'm the Ibra here.
Only problem is you're very loud.
Saddam is the brand. No,
Incognito,
Saddam holds us
outcognito.
down so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saddam is a real one. Would you ever do a pod? Like, would you ever do multiple pods, or you just want to do one pod?
Like me featuring on
Like
set.
now you have like now you have every other time. Would you like be open to do a pod? Maybe say with someone else.
Yes, I'm actually working on one with a guy called Sajid from
I know Sajid.
he does Coffee Pump podcast.
Yeah.
We're trying to come up with a few things that can work. The two of us, like
Yeah.
So that
I used to do one of the first pods actually.
The sports podcast.
We used to do it was called the Grape Pod. I was with that lady called Brenda Obath.
Shout out to Brenda.
Back in the day, that was during COVID, when COVID just started.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we
wow.
had quite a bit of traction, and then life pulled us in different directions. But we had a nice setup. It was this kind of couch setup, and just free flowing.
Nice.
It was picking up, and then life.
Things happen.
Yeah, things happened. Yeah. Okay. But because I'm also thinking in the sense that I think there's just so much that can be done, especially if there's time. Like I think for me now, I'm just in a great space where I have time to now like do content full time, and there's just so much more that can be done. Because there's good pods and there's good content, but there's just not a lot of it. You know, when you get to the point where every day there's just like
Content
a
coming
bunch
out.
of really nice episodes dropping from your pod, mic check, 1-2 TV. Like we need to get to that point where literally
Yeah, people are spoiled for
people wake up in
choice.
the
Yeah.
morning and they go on YouTube. Like literally that is what they
Yeah.
do. Wake up in the morning, go on YouTube.
I like where we've reached in terms of programming. So I was telling her off camera how nowadays I piggyback off you guys. As soon as you guys end, when guys as soon as, because I know there's still guys on YouTube, I drop and I tend to get quite a bit of guys.
Mtu alikuwa anaenda kuzima TV alafu
Another
Another one,
stream,
let's
man.
go.
Yes. So that's pretty cool to watch. I love what Morph is also doing.
Yeah, shout out to
She's
Morph,
turning
man.
out content like
Bruh.
crazy.
Morph, I feel like Morph is not even a podcast anymore. Morph is a news
Yeah.
channel.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Bro,
He-
I promise you something happens now.
15 minutes
30
I'm
minutes
walking
max.
CNN
Yes.
and it's too
Morph
detailed.
is literally a news channel
Yes.
with only 4 now. It's just 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's just 4 of them. And it doesn't matter whether the other 3 dudes are there.
do
Morph
it.
will go on
Yeah.
record. Morph is a
do
news
it.
channel.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to Morph.
He's doing amazing.
Hey, that dude works. Morph, Obina.
Hey.
You know those guys who in a week you go on Obina 10 episodes. Hey, my
What-
bro.
what have
10 interviews in 1 week.
and they're 4-hour interviews.
Bro,
10
he
in a
does-
week?
Yeah.
Hey.
Bro, he does 10, 8, 6 minimum.
Wow.
Crazy hours.
Bro, on Mondays he records, like say from Mondays he records the whole day.
Yeah.
Like
Get home like at
But
4,
his
5
work,
in
his
the
work
morning.
ethic, you can tell. You
Yeah,
can tell he has that.
Very, yeah.
very disciplined, always on time. Because even us, we've had him here a bunch of times, and the list will be here 30 minutes before call time. Always.
Sometimes I feel that pressure because, like I said, remember I was telling you about that fork in the road where at
Yeah.
some point I'll have to choose. Because sometimes my main job takes so much of me in terms of even fatigue.
Yeah.
It gets tiring, yet my studio is at home. So sometimes I feel guilty. I'm like, I need to just go and shoot something.
Hey, bro, me now it's just beast mode.
But you guys are beasting, man. You guys are, you're doing it. 24-hour live stream.
Crazy, bro.
We have
41
Look at that.
40 minutes to
40
go.
more minutes. This is crazy, man. Shout out to the whole gang, man. 41 more minutes. Hey.
Crazy. Me, I feel like we can even continue, man. If we wanted, if we wanted, we could have continued. You know.
Hey.
No, let's keep it short and sweet. 24 hours, short and sweet.
Short and
For
sweet.
Short
sure,
and
for
sweet.
sure.
And I like how you always
What do you guys
put
think
it.
about streaming now? The way guys are,
This is the
This
thing, bro.
literally
like the Kaisenat
Twitch.
kind of.
Yeah.
All that, this is literally it.
You know, because if you think about what we did here, it's 24 hours of really. Hey! Another delivery! Mr. Pata, ule apendi maua. Apendi maua huyo.
Oh, for real?
This is
Ah!
sad.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Choya.
Sad.
The gang is
Ndio
here.
alinirudisha kwa hii pod unakumbuka?
What?
Anyway, congratulations guys. Tupatane Aloy.
Thank you. Unatoka ama you're here?
Acha niende Aloy mzee.
And Aloy. Sawa, my bro.
there,
I'll
be
see
there.
you.
Sawa,
See you.
sawa,
Thank you, my
see
bro.
you.
We
Thank
love
you
guys.
so much.
Thank you. That is fire.
Is there a copy?
So when do the Twitches and them come in?
So even the thing with Twitch,
Yeah. Is it? Will they
I think like it's just a thing that is not popular here.
Yeah.
So I think for someone who's very keen on streaming, then if I was like really keen on streaming, I'd probably just do Twitch, YouTube, because now you can do both platforms. You
There's
know?
this kid on TikTok, or Lumu something.
Yeah.
Lumu.
What's he
Lumu.
called?
It's called. Nani is Barak
Barak
Jacuzzi's
Jacuzzi's-
roommate.
yeah.
Yes. I think that he's like one of the first.
Twitchers?
Yeah.
Twitch.
At Twitchers.
Guys,
Twitch.
Eh.
definitely pay attention.
Twitchers is
I think
crazy.
Twitch would be that platform that you don't want to ignore now, especially if you're in this kind of
Yeah.
content. Because like Jana, I mean, we've streamed for 24 hours now. We invited people to come in at certain times to do certain things, but none of that was scripted.
Yeah.
Like you're coming to do a pod, it's a pod. So
Everything was organic, yeah.
So at some point when we were doing karaoke at 3 a.m. here, we were like, this is exactly what the guys
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
And I think why the audience really connected with it is just because it's pure vibes. You know, it's not scripted. Guys are just literally having fun.
Yeah.
It's like recording yourself having fun, and guys are just enjoying, you know. Yeah, but streaming is a thing.
There's a good friend of mine who's trying to enter this space, but he's from TV. And I've been trying to help him transition from that generic, hey, you know. And I can see guys who did TV for long. It's quite a
It's
struggle.
like you can't.
It's really
very
hard.
difficult.
Like,
to
where's
let
the
it
script?
go.
Why you guys talking like this?
Like you're just going. How?
And it's such a big,
You
it's such a
guys
big,
just sit for 5 hours.
And just talk.
it feels like a big leap for them, but they also have the cheat code of your face is familiar to a lot of people. So you can piggyback on that to like get the numbers up. And
Not
then
all the time.
But also, I realized there's
Not
people
all
who
the
are
time.
familiar faces on mainstream TV,
Yeah.
but it's not the same on
Personalities
digital.
offline,
Got
people
you.
can't
Yeah,
relate.
because there's people who are big, but then digitally they don't have a presence.
Yeah, because
yes.
people can't connect to your personality.
Yeah.
I want to pick your brains. Conspiracies, because I'm a conspiracy guy.
hey,
Young Malawi,
Let's go.
Yes.
what my BFFs?
What conspiracies do you subscribe?
Oh Lord.
Did you go to the moon?
Moon landing
No,
was faked.
absolutely not.
We didn't go to the moon.
Yeah, we did not.
So what was all that?
A very
I mean,
great production.
Green screen. The thing is, if you went to the moon in the 50s,
Mbona
send it to the
hatujarudi?
50s.
Mbona tumeshindwa mpaka
69,
sasa?
1969, yeah.
Come on.
So Mbaka, with all the
With the
advancements,
zero technology
Yeah.
that we had then, nini imetushinda?
what is so hard?
Is the earth
Like,
flat?
what? No.
No.
Sasa wewe
At
kwanza.
Flatter ndio huyu
At
hapa.
flatter.
Tourist.
We were flat earth in the house.
Yeah,
Yo,
jurist, jurist. Oh, they can hear that, Mike. Umesema wagwan, and then it's everyone who's producing the different rooms are like,
Yeah.
Sorry.
What?
Announcement?
Yeah, sorry. So we have an announcement because we've been told because of time, so we might need to. There's a situation outside. So just for that, I think you had planned something for downstairs.
Yes.
As we end up.
Yeah.
Do you want to just touch on bit, or just don't expose it, but just touch a little bit on it, so that we know exactly how we're moving from here. Like why are we
Oh,
going?
downstairs.
Yeah, why are we going down?
So basically, I
Yeah.
mean, because the stream ends in a few minutes, downstairs was to have everyone who worked on this stream just say their name and what they did, like the whole team and setup. Cut cake
It's my
for
mommy's
Mariah's mom.
birthday.
She just retired and it's her birthday. So we want to hire her because now she's jobless.
Okay.
And then literally say thank you to everyone
Yeah.
who made this possible. That's it. So it's not like a long thing.
Okay. So the rule given to me from outside would be, if you don't mind, you wanna pass this to me?
Let me see.
There's a part you can only read the part written Chaxi. Just give it to him.
Well, let me see.
Yeah, you can only read the part written Chaxi.
Yo, can you-
Just Chaxi part only, please. Read it out loud on the microphone, please.
I read it. Oh,
You're the
let me read it
microphone.
now.
Yes, on the microphone.
100,000 of. Did you just make up a scenario?
Just read
Just
the
read
text.
it.
100,000 of you incredible people. It's almost unbelievable. You know, this whole journey reminds me of people who always had very strong opinions on my creative endeavors. They have been there from the start, witnessing all the ups and downs. People who are probably watching right now and might even have something to say about this milestone. Let's see if they're out there.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Mkoloti mambo.
What?
Sasa. Hi.
Use the microphone.
Congratulations, Zaki Mkoloti. 100K. That's nice.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yani hata tuko na Sharon hapa.
It's a whole watch party.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's over here. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Mambo.
Poor sana. This is, oh my goodness.
Congratulations. 24 hours.
Oh my
24 hours live. So, kuna mwingine hapa tena ni Mike Checker. Say hi.
Hi, what up? No, thank you so much. You know, I'd literally seen your message a few minutes ago, so I was gonna call you when I get home. This is
Hey,
literally the most
tuliwaona
beautiful
you are
surprise.
eating. Hey, you are having fun. Hey, congratulations. You're doing an amazing thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you
When
so
it comes
much.
to Bomet, uko na Mike Checkers wengi hapa. Yani nilishawa tafuta. Kwa Kirende.
Thank you so much.
Kirende kubwa.
I'll definitely video call you when as soon as you're done here.
Sawa, you say hi to the rest. Bye guys. Unafanya poa.
Bye. Thank you.
Sawa.
That is insane.
That is so
Wow.
sweet.
Wow. Thank you.
All right. So, just fine. Okay, so maybe you just want to tell the viewers who was that?
That was my sister.
Really?
It's okay to cry, bro.
So anyway, who has my phone?
Ah,
All right. So the producers also felt it wise to do just one last thing. I just want to pass on this phone to Mwas to only read the part written Mwas.
It's a whole thing.
telling you.
Saving my tears.
Maybe Mwas, for technical purposes. First, you can just tell us how you feel about today and the entire thing as we give our engineer some time.
Oh my God. Surreal, to be honest. I'll feel it tomorrow, but it's been quite the experience. I was just from telling these guys it's probably the best 24 hours of my life so far. Yeah. Should I read?
Okay, no.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a long-time friend from. Okay, I can't give it up. Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead. Just read it loud.
Reaching 100K is testament, sorry, my prescription, to the hard work and the amazing community we've built. It also,
Is that taxi or?
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
mkifanya nilie nitawachapa.
To
Reaching 100K is a testament to the hard work and the amazing community we built. It makes me think. I'm not wearing my prescription.
Can I help you?
No,
Oh,
no. Can we find?
Let
Saddam.
Saddam. Yeah.
If you pinch zoom it, maybe when it's probably like horizontal, it just needs to come from him somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. Men in tech.
there you go.
Okay. All right.
Flip it.
There we go.
Wow.
Everybody needs a Saddam.
Yeah.
No, honestly.
Yeah.
Also to the crew, Vicky's mom says hello. She's been on the live.
bless
and
her.
it's insane, yeah.
Bless her.
Yes. All right, once take it away.
Rich. Guys,
Can you see now?
tears in my eyes. Because this one's only needed for the light.
Okay, Saddam, just help me.
Please,
No.
help me read it.
No. Just read it.
Reaching 100.
Take
Okay.
your time.
Reaching 100K is a testament to the work and the amazing community we've built. It also makes me think about foundations. That doesn't help. Mnajiona kwanga mshy?
Take your time.
Okay. The people who instilled me the drive to pursue something like this. I wonder if a certain guiding voice from the past, any thoughts on where we've ended up? There are people whose support has been unwavering and they haven't always been vocal publicly. Let's see if they're out there.
All right. Daddy?
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello. Hello.
Sasa.
Poa.
It can't figure.
Hello.
Hello? Dad?
Hello.
I can't hear him.
Yeah. Come.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
The cable is long.
Just
Okay, just hold on, Dad.
Yeah. Just speak there. There you go.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, Mwas.
Sema dad, hata unitangi mwasi, niite vile unanitanga.
Nikuita tu Steve.
Steve.
Hello, Steve.
Oh wow, how are you?
Congrats. We have been recording for the last 24 hours.
Imagine.
I've been following. I've been following. With the Chance there and Mariah.
Yeah.
I congratulate you all.
Thank you so much.
I congratulate the whole group.
Oh my God, thank you.
You people who are in front, the people who are behind you.
All of them.
I congratulate you all.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Are you expecting that?
I'm surprised.
You are surprised. I've been following.
Tutaongea baadaye, tutafight.
Tutaongea.
Oh my God, thank you so
So
much,
I
Dad.
support you. I
Thank
support
you.
you. I say hi to Mariah. Say hi to Chache.
Hi, Dad.
They can hear you loud and clear.
I love you all. I've your dad. I'm your dad. All of you.
Yes.
Hey,
Thank you.
I'm your dad.
Yes,
you.
sir.
Baba Mwasi ni Baba mic check.
Hey,
Thank you,
Baba
Dad.
Mike, Baba Mike check.
Officially crowned.
Officially.
Okay, asanteni sana.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dad. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Oh, bless
Haya, ngumi ya kwanza ni ya nani?
Anyway, so look, I think we're really stuck in terms of how we started like at a really high peak, and the producers were just thinking of how to end really well.
Yeah.
And we just thought it's good to hear from your families.
Yeah.
But of course, for Mariah, we're going down. Mom is here. The sister's here. We tried to pull it off. It backfired because they're on their way to the event. But well done, guys. And well done. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.
So we'll join you guys. We'll join you guys in a few minutes. We'll wind this up and then we'll join you guys. No, I mean we'll still be live. No. Oh. Yeah, we'll be live. Yeah. So which camera will move? We have a camera downstairs already, right? Permanent one. So we'll just switch the live. Are we able to get Cindy and the guys? No. So if we can't, we can just switch to them for them to just say their goodbyes. Okay, cool.
So Joyce will figure that out.
Sawa.
Just one camera for control room.
Then can we have one still camera just on standby?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to take a group picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
All instructions second. Let's do this.
Okay, see you at the live room in a few minutes.
All right, guys.
All right, cool.
Damn.
Thank you. Thank you for that, bro.
I'm gonna go live for like 30 seconds.
You have to.
Just to test.
Hey, well,
Notice.
yeah.
Bro, the glasses.
Look at the glasses. Just look at the glasses, Kindy. Look at Chuck.
I'm recording.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
Mic check podcast.
We are
Hey. Shit, what
How does someone rewind a machozi? Unaona ule msemo mwenye anafanya nga.
Emotional day.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's crazy, bro.
But well done, man.
Thank you.
Well,
It's just realizing that, damn. And also, just to picture it, plan it, and then execute it, and it just flows.
Yeah.
For 24 hours is it's
Crazy.
not a small achievement. Yeah. Which goes back to what we were talking about streaming. So this was our pilot. Yeah.
what's the next one? You're gonna do,
Can't say now, but it's coming.
but 24 hours is not a joke, man.
Yep.
Damn.
For a pilot. Talk
also-
about doing the most.
Then also getting to see like the production. Yeah?
Damn.
It's quite something.
Takes a village. Takes a whole village.
Damn.
Yeah. Because everything needs someone to operate and look at. And then people need to stay committed and awake for 24 hours. That's another
Exactly.
thing, yeah. Yeah, even the guys have pushed themselves, bro. Yeah. But I'm glad we did it. Someone had to do it. I'm glad we did it. Yeah. Where were we as we went down? Oh, we're talking about conspiracy.
Conspiracies.
Conspiracy.
Yes. I just
Yes,
want
we definitely didn't go to the moon.
so
Flat Earther was.
wait. So NASA doesn't exist.
NASA
NASA
exists.
does
They
exist.
do, but we
They exist.
just never go to the
They're
moon.
a great production company.
Yeah.
So these guys who are stuck in space,
Oh.
No, space, yes. The moon.
No.
the ISS. So those guys were there.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But the moon, no.
Aliens.
They do
They
exist.
do exist.
Okay.
They do exist.
Which other conspiracy? Illuminati.
Yeah, about
That's a
it.
lie.
But why do I suspect?
I look at Illuminati as a compliment.
Wait, you don't know any Freemasons?
Freemasons
I
are
know
not Illuminati. I know Freemasons, they're not Illuminati.
Are they occult?
Senior Wachawi
Yeah.
too, but like white
Brotherhood,
people.
why not? Or that's
Yeah.
a cool word.
But
to give
it's
it,
not.
a
It's not. It's not
brotherhood.
dark arts. I've always thought Freemasons are a bit more of the
I
other
think
guys.
Freemason, like the whole issue of it, guys. Sorry, guys, niko emotional.
I
The
know.
whole.
From congrats to Freemasons. Sorry,
What
man.
a sweet
Yeah. Hey, I think they're called societies.
Yeah.
brotherhood.
I don't know where
Brotherhood.
I don't know where
That's
the
what they call
conspiracy
it.
came in, and then the PR went left, and then everything was dumped on them.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, like the history is nice, and then now the dark arts and whatever conversation came in, it was just easy to stick to them. Yeah. Because I know Freemasonry exists.
Yeah, of course.
Even they have a branch here in Kenya. So
Yeah.
Branch, they have many.
Yeah,
They
the
have
one,
many. They have what are they called houses?
They have more than one lodge.
They are lodges. I mean, they have a bunch of lodges. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So like someone will tell you I'm a Freemason, and then before you think engineering, unafikiria mashitani.
Yes.
If you don't have to have it's done.
I think guys are used to the idea that such spaces
devil
should be-
worshipping,
should be
yeah.
public to everyone.
occultic stuff.
So when people say
Yeah.
no, this this is a members club, and for you to be a member, we need X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Guys automatically assume you worship the devil.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
automatically.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Like, do they believe in God?
That's the thing.
They don't?
Nobody knows it but them.
Do they
Because
believe in God?
That's the
kuna
question.
atheists, kuna
I think
atheist
so.
group of Kenya or
I
something.
think,
So-
I think
Put it
Freemasons.
in a-
I think they
I hear
believe.
apparently they're bishops and priests who are actually Freemasons.
I think they believe in the devil, so they definitely believe that there is
Actually,
God.
to be a Freemason, you have to believe in
Satan.
No,
A
you have to
deity.
believe in a deity.
In an entity.
Like actually, if you don't believe in anything, you can't
It's
get admitted to the Lord.
impossible.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm told we only have 1 minute, so I'd say we wind down. Then please
go
join
downstairs.
us. Uko chini.
Can I do something shady? Can I shout out 3 people?
Please.
I wanna shout out my wife if you're watching.
Hey, hi, wifey.
Dancer, I love you so much. I wanna shout out my sister-in-law.
Hey,
Milk, I know you're watching. Shout out.
shout out to Milka.
She told me to shout out. Sajid and Tim.
Hey.
Mic check. We made it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyway, Eric Mutiso Saddam, episode 235. We are
5-5.
We are
Over 26. This is the
This is the Brunch Club. Over 26.
Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.